Hey everybody, and welcome back to another awesome day in crypto. And of course, we've been talking about all the markets today, stocks, crypto, and Pulsechain. They pump again, and all at the same time, which is kind of neat. Yesterday, of course, we had the stock market pump, but crypto was down, and so was Pulsechain. But today, they are all up, and they are up in big strength there as well. So it's pretty awesome. Now, if you're new to the channel, of course, we're streaming to Hex Token channel. Superman Crypto and Pulsechain YouTube, 3 channels, over 10,000 subscribers. If you're new to the chat, of course, or watching afterwards, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and hit the like button. We're covering the growth of Pulsechain every single day, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, if you want to get into our Discord, of course, the link is in the video description. We've got 2 memberships. We've got the general membership, which is 16 cents a day, and then we've got the strategy club, which is a stealth launch at the moment. Join up early, $35 a month, and we're talking about all the best crypto projects to get the maximum returns and the best strategies. So get in there if you want some of that exclusive content, which I do not cover on this live stream. So get in on that. Now let's jump into the chat, see who's in the house. Let us go. We've got Lies Beneath in the house with the ultimate. How are you today? Very good. It's reasonably good weather outside. I will be doing some more gardening today. I've already done my walk, of course, almost at 100 days on my walks. So definitely getting up there on that. So yeah, I'm going to talk about something else related to health and fitness, maybe in a couple of days' time. So stay tuned for that too. Hex, EHEX, PLS, PLSX, and incentive token for the win. 100%. That is the golden crypto strategy there from Richard Hart, and we are max supporter of that for sure. Every day we bring that up, and it is really going to be amazing to enjoy the ride on Pulsechain. Humberto's in the house as well. Yo. Cheers, Superman RH from the Colombia. Good to see you, Humberto. And of course, let's smash the like button on the way in. Superman does the stream. We share it on, and of course, it's called teamwork. I like that. It is teamwork as well. Crypto coin, sorry, to the moon. Indeed. Up and to the right. Hope you like that thumbnail there, Crypto Coin. We've got the little astronaut there up on the moon. J-Pon in the house as well. Hello. Good to see you, J-Pon. Welcome to the chat. Who else has jumped in here? Eddie as well. Just a tip of the iceberg. Bull run yet. PulseX, Hex to the moon. Woohoo! Absolutely, man. You guys understand it. You guys have been here for a long time. You've been accumulating, and it's starting to pay off because you kept the faith. You didn't get fudded out. Many people got fudded out, but not you. And you accumulated, which is pretty cool. So congratulations on that one. Hex Force 1. What's up, Superman? Hexkins. Good to see Hex Force 1. We've got Harry Williams as well. Yo. Good to see Harry Williams. Joey Torres in the house, is it? Joey? Yeah, Joey. Hi all. Good to see you, Joey. Welcome to chat. And Tim Top as well. What's up, Hexkins? Good to see you, Tim Top. And we got Christian as well. Hello, familiar. The ultimate DJ. Was it the DJing King? Can I call you that, Christian? The DJing King? I think so. And we got Brennan, our TA master in the Discord. If you love TA, then Brennan is in our Discord, one of our moderators. And man, he does some great stuff on that one. Teamwork makes the dream team. Was it? No, I rewrote it, Brennan. Teamwork makes the dream work. There we are. That's kind of cool. Thank you so much for that insight. We got Hexcavator as well. Hey, gang. Good to see Hexcavator. Big shout out to you. Now, Hexcavator does a lot of hard work. He's building out the infrastructure in the United States. So he's a serious dude. And we appreciate Hexcavator in the chat there. You can see many of his images of some of his hard work that he does in our Discord under non-crypto chats as well. Christian says, yes, sir. I like it. The DJing King. That's Christian. I think we'll stay with that name. It works well. We got morning from Craig Pitt as well. Welcome, Craig. Good to see you in the chat. We're going to enjoy talking about green candles. Hope you guys like that. We had enough of red candles during the bear market, so it's nice to have green candles, and they are super green too. It's going to be fun. Let's get into it, folks. Stock market first. And bam, let's go. Actually, I've got to go to that screen. Now, US stocks rise on further signs of easing inflation. So good news. Everything's lining up. The stars are aligned. Target leads retailers higher. So kind of cool. A Target there. Target, that's the retail store, right? We don't have Target here, but it's a US store. Dow Jones there is up over 0.5%, 187 points to 35,000. Big tick there. Boom. Remember, that's the top 30 industrial firms in the United States. The S&P 500 is up 0.23%, 10 points to 4,500. Remember, Tom Lee's fund strat manager talking about targeting 4,800 by the end of the year, and that is well on track for that. The NASDAQ at the moment is pretty much slightly flat there. So tech companies were up big time yesterday. They cooled off today a little bit there. but still up 9 points to 14,103 on the Nasdaq. That's probably cool to have the tech just cooling down a little bit there. The dollar is also up almost 0.4% to 104.295, so a little bit of rebound there from yesterday. And let's look at the commodities. Let's look at the oil prices there. Let me give it a second, just in case it does some late adjustment, which it often does. So we got West Texas there is down 2% at $76. Brent oil there is down 1.5% at $81 there. So they're both down about $1.50 each on that. So it's good news for our inflation. Plays into that a bit better. Gold is at 1,964, pretty much flat. And silver there is up slightly, 1.7%, 40 cents up to $23.50 there. And as we said, when we get this interest rate pivot, that's the big catalyst for silver, right? Silver, some people are expecting maybe a 5x on that, $100 silver. We'll see how we get on there. Maybe $125 silver if we get that Fed pivot on the interest rates. And of course, the market, we talked about this yesterday, potentially seeing that happen in May next year, whereas I've had it in the middle of the next year, kind of June. So slightly earlier from the market there, the way the inflation's turning out. So good news for us in crypto. The inflation shows further signs of cooling. Retail. So yesterday we got the inflation target. Remember the inflation that came down, and of course better expectations. Now we've got retail sales. Retail sales slows as consumer hitting pause button. Now remember, about 2/3 to 70% of the U.S. economy is consumption. It is really the world's big consumption or big consumer in the United States. And so if retail is pausing the sales are slowing down, that's generally good news for inflation if you're, I guess, a Keynesianist. So that's kind of cool. Producers' prices slowed to a pace of 1.3% in the 12 months through to October. So producer prices kind of lead into retail prices, right? So it's a nice little lead indicator about inflation. Producer prices slowed to a pace of 1.3% in the 12 months through October from a 2.2% increase in September, missing expectations for a rise of 1.9%. So that's actually a really nice underplay there for producer prices. Adding further optimism that the deflation trend is set to continue just a day after a consumer inflation for October also showed a deeper than expected slowdown. So good news for inflation, good news for interest rates, good news for economy, and good news for crypto. That's kind of the flow on. Optimism over an ongoing slowdown in inflation continued to support bets that the Fed reserve rate hiking cycle is over. In other words, that 5.5% on the federal funds rate is looking more likely to be the terminal rate. And so hopefully that is, fingers crossed, it's certainly looking like that, potentially paving the way for rate cuts as soon as the first half of next year. Like I say, the market has moved from June into May now. And of course, that is getting even more bullish from that point of view. Now, typically, we know that the stock market, often when they do the pivot, they do reduction in interest rates, that the stock market often will have a sell-off, and then it will recover after that. So we'll see what happens there. Also adding to bets on sooner rather than later Fed cuts, October retail sales fell 0.1%, missing expectations for a 0.3% drop, though economists pointed to the marked decline from strong retail sales print in the third quarter there. The consumer spent money like there was no tomorrow in Q3, and the retail sales data for October suggests that they broadly paused at the outset of Q4. So that is kind of good news there with that pivot. Let's have a look at the federal rate monitor to see where the market is expecting rates to go at the moment. We've got 3 weeks and 6 days and 18 hours to go until the final Fed meeting for the end of the year, which is the 13th of December at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And so it's ticking away, plenty of time for crypto to rally as well. Yesterday, remember, we were at 100% on this. We had 100%. Today, it's gone back to 94.8%, with only 5% expecting a rate hike of 25 basis points to 5.75. Not likely to happen, right? So let's go into January. January there, pretty similar story as well. And like we said the other day, if we go further in the future, we can see that not really many people are expecting a rate hike there. In fact, we're starting to see more people talking about a pivot in May. Look at that, 55% expecting the pivot. In other words, a reduction in interest rates from 5.5%, presumably down to 5.25. Even some people in the market, 16%, expecting it to go all the way back down to 5%. So pretty cool. So good news for us in crypto. That's why we cover it, so that we have no surprises. We're having, we get to see what's happening across most of the markets, and that's good news for us. Everything is lining up, stars are aligning, and look at that. Bam! Bam! The green light. I need some shades, man. Damn, I need some shades. The screen is just too much. We love green. We love green. Or we hate red and pink. We hate red and pink. All right, so we got BTC up powerfully today. Powerfully. I'm using that word powerfully because it is up 6.1% and $37,878. What a rebound. Man, oh man, oh man. And of course, a dominance, 50.7% on the crypto dominance there. Ethereum though is lagging, but when we see Ethereum hit 2300, I'm pretty sure the altcoin run is on the table. We are getting so close. Getting over 2,000 was very important, but if we can get to 2300, I'm sure it's game on, at least for a mini bull run, right? I don't want to overprice, the market, the sentiment. We can see some big moves, but really it looks like even if a mini bull run means 40, 50K BTC, and then a bit of a selling off, and then a slow zigzag up over the next, say, 16 months, something like that. That's kind of the play. A lot of people are talking about maybe Q1 of 25 being the top of that bull market, maybe even Q2 in 25. So you see what I mean? We have these mini bull runs all the way up over time into the top of the market for this cycle. And it's kind of the play there. We also have the US elections left to get at the end of next year, probably the most pivotal on Western history, I would argue, is the elections coming up in the next year for the US and for the world. So it's going to be important too. All right. So yeah, that is the play there. We've got lots of cool moves at the moment. Solana, ADA, Link, they're all up. AVAX up super big. Look at that, 20% on AVAX, $20.72 there. So really strong move there. So we're starting to see some of these little bull market increases, right? The double digits. Before we had these low singles, and now we're starting to see double-digit increases in some of these assets, which is pretty cool. We got Crow is also up 16.9%, and one of the top performers over the last year has been CAS. CAS is up 28% again as well, up to 11.5 cents. Absolutely booming there in CAS as well. Now, so we've got some really strong supporters there. Solana is up 14% as well, so really exciting numbers here. And man, if ETH goes, imagine this, we could have a whole week potentially where you get double digits. This is what happens in bull markets. You have a whole week where you're going to get double digit increases in the asset over a week before you get a pullback. So really exciting, folks. Let's zoom closer into Bitcoin. That is the Bitcoin chart. Look at that thing. And a big credit to Brendan, our TA specialist in the market there. Just wanted me to highlight the 20 EMA here. And so we've turned the 50 EMA into a 20 EMA on the yellow chart here. That's normally 50 EMA. But you can see that pretty much Bitcoin bounced off the 20 EMA exponential moving average. And look at that rebound. So, yeah, we got all the way back up here on the 9th of November, which was pretty exciting. And we got all the way up to 37,999. So basically 38,000 top of this move. We got pushed down over this, down all the way down to yesterday, where we got down to 34,758. But look at it today. Wow. Big day in the office there. And over these two periods, if we take the bottom to the top, we're basically up 8.87% there, which is fantastic. 34,800. So 35 to 67. That's a $3,000 move. $3,000 move inside, 24 hours plus. That's incredible, right? Incredible move. So looking really good. Let's go to the hourly here on this one, and we can actually see that move too down here. Pretty cool. Let's get the old ruler out, and let's make this really high accuracy. Yeah, 1 day in 5 hours. 1 day in 5 hours on this move, which is a $3,000 move in Bitcoin. Isn't that amazing? So looking really, really good. I don't know why they did that, but it's where we're at the moment. So looking powerful, and we like power. But hey, look, and this is despite some little setbacks in the Bitcoin ETF. So we're going to talk about that too. Obviously, let's put the overlays on. And bam, there we go. That is the overlay. As you guys know, we've had our window of opportunity. Boys, it turned out to be good. Has it turned out to be good? It has. And of course, we've got the first Bitcoin ETF window here on the 17th, Friday. Remember, we've got 12 Bitcoin ETF applications, including the giants like BlackRock. And this is where we are at the moment. We're coming up to that. Wednesday the 15th is our candle here, moving into that at the moment. So really awesome. And the Friday is the 17th there to get that first window of opportunity. I think we're probably going to get mostly deferrals, if not all deferrals, back into the January window number 2. So that is when people can put data in on window number 2 there. So it's going to be interesting. It'll be quite a surprise if we'd got any of them approved at this window. So we may have even a more drawn out process here into the run up. Maybe we'll just have more by the rumor with a few dips on the way, right? A few dips on the way. but more buy the rumor. And the thing with this is that if they've got inside information, right, these 12 ETF, because they're in the process, right, the ones that are closest to getting approval, they can get their sales desks and get people to buy more crypto, buy more Bitcoin, and then, of course, get that for their clients. And remember, we're going to have probably about a month's delay between approval from the SEC and actual launch of the products. So it could really wind up to be something quite special. Like I say, at the very least, a mini bull run. And of course, we're already in the mix on that. We're already on the move in that. Like, we're kind of trying to get up to phase 3 now. We're at the top of phase 2, and really we're trying to get into phase 3 now, which is pretty close. So really close to that. So 38.5 plus, up to the 41, something like 42.5, something like that. That's kind of the window we might see. Not today, but definitely coming up in this window of opportunity over Christmas. So looking really good there. And of course, we've got a little bit of setback here with some of it. That's why I say we're probably going to get deferred from window 1 to window 2, at least based on this initial stuff here. The SEC delays decision on hashtag Bitcoin spot ETF application. Grayscale Ether futures filing happened as well. Franklin Templeton also has an outstanding Bitcoin ETF application with a November 17th deadline. So if we do we've obviously got this big move here today. If they have some inside information, maybe some of the ETFs may get approved in this window. We will see. But at the moment, the SEC is delaying decision on application by Hashdex. It's one of the 12 that convert its existing Bitcoin futures exchange trading fund into a spot vehicle. The agency has also delayed action on Grayscale's attempt to launch a new futures-based Ethereum ETF. Hashdex filed to convert its Bitcoin futures ETF into a spot Bitcoin ETF in September. Grayscale filed for its Ether futures ETF that same month. Both filings faced initial deadlines of November the 17th for decision, but the SEC today said it was extending this window according to a pair of Wednesday filings. So that's important there. The delays come amid heightened anticipation of a spot Bitcoin ETF approval by the federal regulator, which has so far rejected every attempt to list such a product for the general investing public. Over a dozen companies have filed to launch spot Bitcoin ETFs in 2023, with several others now applying for similar products exposed to Ether, the second largest cryptocurrency by market. So remember, it's not just Bitcoin, but also Ethereum that could get some of these, and that's super bullish. The regulator has yet to indicate how it might ultimately rule on the latest slate of applicants. Previous rejections raised concerns about the susceptibility of Bitcoin to market manipulation and a lack of surveillance sharing agreements, among other concerns. Well, obviously, a spot Bitcoin ETF or Ethereum one is going to put it under regulatory regime, right? So it's actually going to probably arguably be much better. So it sort of puts the pressure on the SEC to approve these things, right? And they've had a lot of court losses around this too. Applicants now say these concerns have been addressed or are no longer relevant after the approval of Bitcoin future ETFs, a view an appeals court echoed earlier this year. The SEC has so far delayed making final decisions on applications. Today's delays don't seem to be putting a dent on the price of the Bitcoin, of course, which has moved higher by more than 5%. And of course, we're getting close to 37.5 there. So pretty good news. Franklin Templeton, another Bitcoin ETF application, also faces a November 17th deadline, while other companies will not see any further decisions until 2024. Very, very important there. So it does feel like we're probably getting nothing burger on this first window, and therefore the second window is more important. And of course, we've seen some of the commentaries by people that are in the ETFs applications that are talking about 90% chance of approval by an analyst talking about 9% chance approval by the January 10 deadline instead. So that's kind of the play at the moment. But this big green candle may indicate that some inside information there with these big financial powerhouses, and maybe some of them will get approved. Maybe it will be the BlackRock one. We'll see. We'll see how we go on that one. And of course, we heard Mike Novogratz being pretty bullish about approval before the end of the year. So maybe they're one of the lucky ones too. Maybe we'll get some. Maybe we'll get none. Maybe we'll get all. That's kind of the play, but I think most of them will probably come into January at this stage, unless we hear something in the next couple of days. That's kind of the play there. All right, so pretty awesome. The Fed meeting, of course, we're expecting no change. That's good news for us. The budget stopgap measure will probably have a continuing resolution, what they call a CR, pushing us probably into January the 17th, the end of this window. So still looking really, really great, right? Can't argue with that. The chart speaks for itself, and we've got a technical bounce on the 20 EMA there too. super bullish. So nice stuff happening there. Moving to Ethereum. This is the Ethereum chart now on the daily. Look at this nice little power move up here too. And of course, we are waiting for this really strong breakout. Imagine if we get this. So we're up at the moment, we're up to 2,136. But if we can get up to 2,200, 2,300, I think it's game on, folks. We could really start to see some exciting stuff over the leading up to Christmas and over into the new year for the crypto. So really getting excited about where this could do. Definitely feeling really good about this mini bull run potential as this continue to play out, and we're in it right now. So it's very exciting. All right, that is pretty much it on the crypto. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Bit of coverage there. We're going to get into a few more of the comments before we get into Pulsechain. We're going to be talking about Pulsechain day 187, and obviously Pulsechain has pumped again as well on the good news with the rest of crypto. So looking good. All right, let's see who else has jumped in here. Let's scroll all the way back. We got up to here. We don't get to Craig Pitt. I'm pretty sure I got to Craig Pitt. So we're going to continue on from who else here? We got Stookberry in the house there. USA got to convince everybody to spend for the Black Friday. That's right. Black Friday is coming up on Friday, and I might be making a purchase for that too, because we've got some good sales here. Black Friday started to creep in down under, not just in the United States, so you get special deals. Tin Tops in the house says manufacturers put silver orders in well before Christmas season. Manufacturing is down this year, says Tin Top. We got our community leader Brian in the house. What's up, folks? Good to see you, Brian. Brian is our community leader of our Discord. Does an amazing job. A big shout out to Brian, as always. We got Blobfish King in the house there with the Emoji King. I call you the Emoji King as well as the Blobfish King. Welcome to the chat. Who else is in there? Big Kahuna. Good to see you, Big Kahuna. Welcome to the chat also. We got Bob Wells in the house. Hey, Bob. Good to see you too. Who else has jumped in here? Dave Down Under. Hi, Suitman. I'm back again, like the Backstreet Boys. Dave Down Under, you like the Backstreet Boys? Exciting times ahead. Absolutely. Good to see you back in the chat, though, Dave. Dave was quite a regular for a long time. Had a little bit of break there, but nice to see Dave back. And like the Backstreet Boys, we appreciate you. We appreciate you there. All right. Pumpkin House says, I used the Coast again today. A $522 deposit would have netted 501 CSD without 100,000 weight staked, but actually netted 517 Coast with the full weight stake, then went straight to their DS front end. Well done on that, Pumpkin R. Yeah. So if you do buy 100,000 weight tokens, you stake that, you only get a 1% fee on that, on those onboarding using the Fiat Gateway. Now, Brian's our community leader. He's got his link to Coast in the video description. So if you want to bridge directly to Pulsechain from Fiat, then get on there. There's about 50 countries that are eligible, obviously, including the United States or most of the United States. So definitely get onto that, and you get 5,000 weight tokens as a bonus, which will also help you with future fees, lower fees as well. Definitely do that. Pumpkin Owl says it's nice savings and no ETH fees. Completely bypasses Ethereum. Nice, says Pumpkin Owl. Yeah, very cool on the Coast service there. Link is in the video description for Brian's referral link. You get 5,000 weight tokens too. Brennan says BlackRock will front run Grayscale ETF. Lol. Yeah, I think they'll all front run each other, but of course BlackRock's got big, deep pockets. They all got pretty deep pockets, but that will definitely be a case. Bob Wells says, hello there, Suitman. Hey, Bob. Good to see you. I think we're going good. Here. So let's move on. Let's get into Pulsechain update for day 187. And here we are on day 187. We've got Pulse at the moment is up 7.68%. We're sitting at quadruple 0711. So we're at 71% of the mean sacrifice price. So that's kind of good. We're getting up there, folks. Getting back to the break even, I would say, on the sacrifice. Pulsex at the moment at quadruple 0229, up 8.45%. So the relativity is closing up a bit at the moment too. And Pulsex is still well below the mean sacrifice price at a 23% pretty much. So that is where it's at. So a lot of potential upside if you're willing to be patient. And of course, what's really ticking away is the beauty of the system, the big buy and burn, right? The big buy and burn. So the more hundreds, if not thousands of trading pairs that you've got trading, they're all going to buy and burn on Pulsex, and Pulsex supply is just slowly shrinking over time, and our run rate looks to be about 5.3%, something like that, for the year, so 5.4 maybe. So 555.8 billion Pulsex has been bought up by the system and burned. It is off the market for good, and that is good news. So 2.7% of the public supply is gone burger. It's kind of neat. Incentive token is exactly at $1. Is it a stable coin? I don't know. Is incentive token a stable coin? It's $1 right now. It's one incentive token will get you 13,971 pulse. It is up 8.7% today, so not too bad at all. Hey, look at that. Pulsex just jumped up to 9.3%. All the numbers are going up versus 24 hours ago. Kind of cool. We're heading towards 70 million incentive tokens in supply. We've had 114,000 burned through the TRH protocol as well, the GameFi protocol. PHEX at the moment, 1.38 cents is up 8%, lagging a little bit behind some of the Pulsechain ones, have you noticed? So it's been a little bit under pressure there. Sometimes it's led the way, but not at the moment. EHEX there is at the moment is at 76/100th of a penny. The combined price of EHEX and PHEX is at 2.14 cents. So really, we were just under 2 cents yesterday. I think we were at 1.99. So we're back at 2.14. So it's kind of cool. We've been trading kind of basically between the 2 and 3 cent range. Obviously, we want to break out and move up with the old PHEX. So just look out for that. We get enough momentum, especially ETH breaks out. I'm sure we'll start to get the PHEX and EHEX both on the move there. We'll start to move to new levels as we enter this mini bull run at the very least. That's kind of cool. So that is good news there. One PHEX at the moment will get 194 pulse, and one PHEX will get you at 1.82 EHEX. That is the numbers for day 187. Let us jump over to the charts. Bam, there is the chart for the day. Obviously, we had a bit of a sell-off down here, but this chart's looking pretty juicy. Am I allowed to say juicy? I think so. Hashtag fan channel. I don't know what that means. Anyway, we're going to go back down here, and let's get rid of the overlays. That is our chart. So we go up here, got a higher low, got a slightly higher high, and we come back down, we got a higher low. So looking pretty good, right? It's got generally uptrend, and we're bounced off, I guess, the middle of the Bollinger Band, kind of, and we're heading back up. So currently quadruple 07168. And of course, we want to bust up higher, right? So that's what we want to do. So let's have a look at what we need to do that. We've got to get back to the mean price, which is also the pre-SEC price. They're both the same on the Pulsechain chart. And to get back up to there, we've got to get to pretty much a 41% gain from here to get back to the mean price. That I think we get back to there without any news around the Richard Hart SEC case. Then, man, that's showing some strength, right? We did see XRP do that in the bull market. They completely ignored pretty much the court case, and the market just priced it up, right? So if we can get back to here, it's a real sign of strength too. So fingers crossed that we get there maybe in the next couple of weeks. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe earlier, who knows? It's definitely looking good for a nice sort of week to 10-day move, isn't it? I mean, these are kind of like a week to 10-day moves. So if we can get another one on here, that'd be pretty cool. All the way back up to the mean price, and then we can try and defend that line. It'd be pretty nice. It'd be better to break it slightly and then go back, but hey, that's where we go at the moment. The high we've had so far is back up here at quadruple 0822. That was back on the 10th of November, so definitely just got to beat that up first and go for gold. Hopefully the whales don't, try and sell us and cap us out here as well. We've had a bit of that going on, and hopefully they let it run. All right, let's get to Pulsex. Before we do that, let's go to the RSI. RSI here bounced off 55. We're currently at 61, so we've got a bit of a room to move to try and break this, I guess. We'll see how we get on. Pulsex as well is moving up there too. Let's do full chart on this too. So that is full chart on the Pulsex, and the pre-SEC price is here. So let's have a look at that pre-SEC, and we've got to get it back up to quadruple 03176 to get the SEC price. And it's just 38% move, so slightly lower than the Pulse one, 38%. But to get back to the mean sacrifice price, we've got quite a long way to go. We've got a long way to go. Where's my chart gone? I've lost my overlays. Oh, there's my overlay there. So that is the rise there at the moment. Let me I really botched up this chart now. But let's go bam. Let's take it from here. To get to the mean price, we've got a 334% move to get back to the mean price there for the Pulsex. Let's have a look at the RSI. RSI bounced off 59. We're back up at 65 there. We've got a little room to move. But we've got a bit of work to do to get up here as well. So we might get capped out here, possibly, depending on what happens with Bitcoin. We might be able to get a little bit higher than the current previous price. So we'll see how we get on. A nice power move up to there. Let's get overheated on the RSI. We can handle that and break up to a new high. That'll kind of be like the dream outcome. And if Bitcoin and Ethereum keep going up, we may very well see that. So kind of cool. All right, let's go to the incentive token. Currently bounced up to $1. Bounced off the bottom here at 87 cents. Let's look at the ratio. A ratio of incentive One incentive token will get 13,970. We're pretty much bounced off the bottom. The low so far has been 13,820. So that's kind of the ratio there for the incentive token. PHEX is on the daily, looking pretty good. How much is the RSI? The RSI is even better on here. Look at this. RSI is at 53. Man, oh man. So we could get a really nice strong move. I think when we get a move on PHEX, it's going to really move quite well, especially when we get some nice green candles here. We're at 1392, and we've got a bit of work to do to get back up to 1.87, which we were at before. So not really any clear structure here yet, but certainly we've got a nice update today. All right, we're going to jump over to the ruler there, pick that up, and to get back to SEC price, 41% move, so similar to Pulsechain at the moment on PHEX there. EHEX, of course, EHEX, did I say EHEX? EHEX there is got a lot more work to do. We obviously got to bounce up here, so to get back to, we're already back to the, we had been already above the SEC price, but to get back there at the moment, we've kind of got a 14% move, which is actually pretty easy to do if a big whale comes in there. We haven't had a lot of whale selling in here. You know, the famous Alex is the whale. Is he famous or is he infamous? I don't know. But there we go. That is pretty much the EHEX chart there. There's always the potential for a parity play too between EHEX and PHEX in the future. So keep a lookout for that. That's pretty much it. Let's look at the combined price of EHEX and PHEX. We're here on InvestX on the workstation. Big shout out to the InvestX.io team. Let's see if this chart's going to update for us. It's I've had so much stuff open and sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Normally it renders pretty quickly. There we go. It's coming up. It even has trending at the top, which I really like. See the trending there? Number 3 is Hex. Look at that's pretty cool. PTGC, we covered that the other day. That is Dow project, seems to have been done extremely well on their chart. But nice to see the leaders there. So, all right, this is the EHEX PHEX chart. We'll have a look at the hourly. That is the hourly chart there. So, nice little bounce off the bottom there at 1.835 cents. And here we are back at 2.158. So, kind of cool. And remember, the top of the move we've had so far on this is 3 cents, which was all the way back here on the 25th of October. So, a bit of work to get back up there. But we really want to crack that 3 cents combined and start moving up higher into the 4, 5, 6 cent range, right? So, fingers crossed on that. The share rate, of course, is going to be jumping big time on the 22nd of November. We'll see whether that is any catalyst, maybe some whale buying to get some T-shares. We'll see whether that does occur. It is pretty much outside the big payday back on 19th of November 2020. It is the biggest share rate jump, right? So it's going to be 1,400 Hex per T-share coming up on the 22nd, and that's getting closer and closer. What's that, 5-6 days away? So remember that to get your T-shares before the 22nd. Otherwise, you're going to be paying 1,400 X more per T-share, and it's important to remember. All right, so that's kind of cool. Let's get back to the rest of the stats. The validators looking pretty good here on day 187. We're going to have a look at that quickly. Let us see where we're going. Bum, 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 bum. All right, so our validators are actually down a little bit here. We're at 50,738, 36, sorry. And it looks like it's just down slightly to what we had yesterday. But the amount staked there is down just slightly too. A 1.62 trillion pulse is staked with the validators at the moment, so just under 11% of the supply, and we can't wait for liquid loans. Liquid loans, where are you? Where is the fetch Oracle? Oracle, tell me, the Matrix. Welcome to the Matrix. Neo, where is the Oracle? I don't know, go ask the Oracle, who knows? But we're waiting for the Oracle, fetch Oracle, to unleash all the big protocols and collateralize Pulse and collateralize Pulsex. I will be doing a separate video later today, which I haven't done for a while, on Power City. Look forward to that. So that's coming up. It's going to be a short video too. So I'll be posting that later on today. And it'd be cool. I'm going to probably start doing more of those because we've got all these projects launching soon. So you don't want to miss out on at least your basic understanding of them, right? Let's go to gas prices. Have a look at that. It is 514,000 beats. So that's on the low end, I guess the top of the low end. And we've got 1 cent for a Pulsex swap. That's 1 cent for a Pulsex swap, folks. 0.08 of a penny for a Pulse coin transfer, and 0.2 of a penny for a PRC20 transfer. It looks amazing. And we're 1,787 times cheaper than Ethereum at the moment. To do a swap on Ethereum, it will cost you $20. $20 right now. And on Bitcoin, oh my goodness, $6.82 to send you a Bitcoin. That's probably the cheap side too. We're 8,870 times cheaper than Bitcoin. So we're cheaper, we're faster, and we have the bigger upside potential because we have over 180 projects launching on Pulsechain in addition to all the copies that got forked over from Ethereum over to Pulsechain on the 10th of May, 2023. So it's amazing. It's amazing. Pulsechain's going to rock and roll. Who cares about Solana when you got Pulsechain? That's all I can say. So that is where we are at the moment on that day 187. We're about to start day 188. We're going to have a look through the other price categories. Before we do that, though, let's get back into the chat. We're going to look at the other price categories. We're going to look at top PRC20s. And where did I go there? I don't know what I'm pressing in the studio, but I keep end up bobbing around. Let's see who else is in the house here. We got up to Coast there. I know I talked about that. We got Hex Token Choice in the house there. Hey, yay, I made it. Good to see Hex Choice. Welcome to chat. Hey, look, it's funny. I know all these names. Do you guys in the chat, do you know all the names in the chat? Are you familiar with everybody? Because I'm familiar with everybody's names there, which is pretty amazing. Brian says, any news on Coast website being down? Only the homepage. The app still works. And I don't know, Brian. I didn't pick that one up, actually. Pumpkin House says, so what do you think? We off to the races? Or is another big pullback in the cards? Didn't Richard Hart say something about that? His opinion? Not that I'm aware of. Pumpkin Owl. Maybe he said it in one of his X posts. I've sort of given my commentary on that earlier in the live stream. This could definitely be a fake out, but we're close, says Bob. Brian says, yeah, still works. You have to go direct to the app on Coast. Nice one there, Brian. And Pumpkin Owl says, you never know. Everyone's so used to being down in this extended bear market. It would be nice to see it enter the bull in earnest. Yeah, at least a mini bull run. That's kind of where we're placing that at the moment. I still think the full bull market is going to be over a longer period of time, maybe into Q1, Q2, 25. But definitely we are looking good for a nice, strong move up at the moment. We have the perfect line. The stars are perfectly aligned. Now, obviously, we could have a bit of, if we get no approvals for ETFs on Friday, then we could have a bit of, fluctuations into January. But we're likely to still move higher, is my guess. I think we're still going to move higher on anticipation because a lot of these guys have inside information, so they accumulate, they get their deaths to accumulate Bitcoin, and that's what we're seeing so far in many ways. Brennan says the Solana always goes down. Pulsechain has never. That's true. That is true. All right, let's get into the other categories. Top PRC20s, and we're going to sort by liquidity. DAI Trapper. Of course, let's see how that's going. This is probably the fun token of the Pulsechain launch, I would say. But we're sort of ticking off the bottom there at 0.0004291. So a nice long elongated here. Nothing to show us that it's going to break this at the stage. Obviously, we're kind of looking for a higher low here. And of course, that 0.0006300 maybe we'll get over that, and maybe we'll get some action. So keep a lookout for that. It has been a lot of fun. Will it get to $1? We'll get $1. We'll see. Will it get to 1 cent? That's kind of the first thing I think we're looking for there. Wrap Bitcoin at the moment, $97.60. It is up 5% as well. That is pretty much the daily chart there for the Wrap Bitcoin. So that's kind of just moving sideways as well. What else we got going there? Let me just get out of there. And everything else is pretty much up like 5 or 6%. Treasury bill, sorry, Teddy Bear is up 8%. Pepe, one of the two meme coins, so SHIB is up 7% and Pepe is up 13%. Let's have a quick look at Pepe because it's up 13%. Pepe getting some other use cases, right? So they're having a few other use cases there for Pepe. Yeah, that is up at 809382. So almost about to lose a zero is the old Pepe. Maybe they'll get some support on 9inch. I think recently Pepe got used on one of the NFT, was it Marketplace? I think it was, maybe Marketplace. They got used as one of the currencies now you can use on the Marketplace to buy and sell. That's kind of bullish for Pepe. So Pepe getting some support by third-party protocols, that's kind of good news. And of course, there's the NFT collection, right, which pays you in Pepe. So there's a couple of things there around Pepe already. And looks like I say, if you get some of these top branded meme coins and the community starts building things for them, adds a bit more value to them, doesn't it, in the sense of utility. All right, so that is kind of the Pepe there. What else is going there? Link token is up 15%, and that's pretty much the highlights, is it? Yeah, they're pretty much. Matic is up 13% as well, but very small liquidity down the bottom end here. Let's jump over to the second category, which is meme coins. These are kind of medium-sized meme coins, and we can see that we're going to talk about 9inch separately. 9inch is still number 3 TVL project. So we've got Mega there is up 8%. Reflux is up 10.7% there. Hex Orange Address is up 22%, so that's a pretty good move for Hex Orange Address. This is ABITS 1, isn't it? Yeah, and nice little uptrend that continues with Hex Orange Address. So yeah, wow, so doing pretty well. Liquidity, it's 37k, but you know, can't argue with the chart much there, can you? So there we go. And what else have we got going there? PLD, we're going to talk about that separately. Yeah, we'll get into that. So let's jump straight into 9-inch tokens. We can see that are we getting some reprieve here? 9-inch obviously been hit pretty hard there. 9-inch, let's have a look, is pretty much on the bottom there. So just still right in the bottom after that big pullback. And we're at quadruple 0.17. So still above the sacrifice price, but only just. And there it's up a few percentage points there at the moment. Let's quickly pull up the DEX itself and have a look, see how much TVL it's got. I'm not sure if I'm logged in here, but we'll find out. I'm on the wrong chain, so let's go to Pulsechain. Pulsechain, Pulse Gains, as we say. See what the TVL is at. We're going to scroll this over a little bit here. Let me just refresh this one more time. Sometimes it gives me the wrong number. So it says 14.7 million TVL. So still number 3 by a little bit of a margin there. And that doesn't include the Ethereum side. So 14.7 million. So it's back. Remember, the top of the TVL was about 25.5 million for the sell-off. And of course, the low, I think it got down to 11 million, was it? I don't think it got lower than that, but maybe it did. But anyway, it's back at 14.7 million on the TVL. More to come from this team, of course. So the rollout continues. The official rollout's kind of happened, but they got lots of other phases, you know, third parties and other things, surprises. The other thing is that the BBC token has been lifted to a 5x. They've lifted the rewards for the BBC emission, but they've probably got some plans for that too, is my guess. Let's see how they go. But that is kind of the yields at the moment across the board. So lots of different pools happening there. And then the pools, Singside staking, ticking away there as well. So not too bad. They got PLD, Paul Pleb, where'd the ETH go? And of course, Pulsex as well. You can put your Pulsex there. 2% APY on Pulsex at the moment. Obviously, you know, your Pulsex is, your Richard Hart stuff's typically best in your own wallet, right? So that's the play there. But if you wanted to put up some to get a 2% return, you could do that. But like I say, probably at that rate, unless you're going to lock it away. The lock it away APR is 44%. But once again, up to you what you do there. And of course, you can earn liquidity fees and then put those LP tokens in the farms to earn a pretty tidy looking yield there at the moment. So that's kind of the play. And if you're getting the bottom of the market, right, getting the bottom of the market, and then you could get some capital gain as well if the market recovers here. So that's the play. All right, let's go back into some of the others here. BBC token here is currently at 16 cents, so pretty much similar to what we saw yesterday. Where the ETH goes, 84 cents, up 7.8%. PLD is the big mover, though, up 17%. So there is a star performer today in the 9-inch crew, and that is PLD, which was probably the weekend performer out of them all leading up to the 9-inch. But there we are at 4/10 of a penny. Nice little rebound of, you know, what we would get to just over 3/10 of a penny. So not bad there for a PLD. That moves us quickly into TRH. We're going to talk about TRH quickly. The best performance at the moment is TRH itself is up 11%. We're sitting at 1/1700th of a penny on the TRH, looking pretty good. Nice little bounce back there at the moment. We're waiting for V4, right? V4 is coming out. It's going to be a big upgrade. We're expecting that later in, you know, what's that? The end of this month, the beginning of December kind of thing. Water token is up 10% as well. That's got 11k liquidity in there. So let's see what that looks like. Yeah, nice little run back up here as well. Now, if you want to get some really, really good commentary on strategy and analysis for the TRH ecosystem, is the GameFi protocol from Jacob and the BNB Pulsepot team. Get into our Discord. It really is fantastic. Archie in there is a master of this, and of course his commentary is in the chat number 2, which is the Pulsechain projects. You want to get on there, and he gives some great breakdowns. You do not want to miss that. That is in the Discord, links in the video description. Definitely get onto that one. So kind of cool on at the moment. That's the TRH. Let's look at our final category, which is the main one, right? The Pulsechain projects. There's tons of these and more coming. Like I said, there's going to be over 180 launching on Pulsechain that we know of, and more teams are coming all the time. So it's going to be fun. I just followed a new team project coming yesterday. So it just shows you guys to show you. Let's have a look by liquidity. We're going to actually, instead of sorting by liquidity, we're going to sort by yields. And the best one there, PHUX there from the PH universe, our top PH ecosystem. The top ecosystem on Pulsechain at the moment is the PH universe. It's got multiple protocols that have been forked over from Ethereum, and they are worth quite a bit of money and only getting more valuable over time. PHUX there is up 28%. Let's have a look at that. It's at half a penny at the moment. And let's have a look at PHUX there. The PHUX there, the fork of Balancer, right? So this is looking really good. And of course, this TVL is even bigger. So we had 14.7 million for 9-inch, but of course, PHUX is actually the biggest one outside PulseX with the two TVL. So TVL means total value locked. And let's have a look at what this is today on the PH universe. This is the biggest one outside PulseX on Pulsechain. And the PH universe team has done a pretty flawless launch of all their products. So it's been pretty cool. $38.3 million in TVL with a massive $314 million in trading volume so far. So really, really exciting on this one. And they got some really nice pulls, particularly around stablecoins and index funds as well. When you have more than 2 tokens, you kind of got like an index fund, and it is really cool to see those. And they're offering some pretty nice yields as well on the right-hand side. So looking good is the old PX there, and getting priced up. Now, if you've got any coin that's going to sort of outperform some of the Richard Hart ones, for example, you would have to be looking for some of the ones like this, like PX. They would be the top tier utilities on Pulsechain. So definitely something to look at there. Now, it's got pretty small liquidity on that particular pool, but some of the other ones have got bigger ones here. So you just got to get the right pool. What else we got going here? PR Pulse Reflections there, 26%. What else there? Mintra there is up 17% as well. So let's have a look at Mintra, one of the 5 currently NFT marketplaces launched. I did put out a post on X social platform yesterday with the top 7 NFT markets coming to Pulsechain. 5 of them have already launched. Mintra is one of those. And of course, Mintra has just done a major upgrade today. So that's kind of cool. They've just put out their new upgrade. In fact, we might actually pull it out because I was going to bring it up, but I forgot to do that. So let's have a look here on Mintra. And they actually put up a major update, which I was supposed to pull up. There we go. So Mintra 1.1.0 just dropped. Update release notes there. So they got added Wallet Connect, added collection activity tab. They've got lots of other features in here. So pretty cool there on that. So T-shares added. So added highlight attribute to NFT card for DeFi collections, HSI T-shares, Pulse kittens, etc. So that's kind of cool. And nice little added extras there as well. And lots of other cool stuff. So really, really cool updates there from the Mintra team, which is kind of neat. All right, so that is from Mintra, and the price there is up 17%. So nice little rebound there. We may see this continue to go up over time as well. What else we got going on there? Pulse Kitten is up 12%. Fiat, another one of the PH Universe projects there. Fiat, the fork of Aave on Pulsechain, is up 11% there too. Weight token from Coast, we talked about that. Obviously, if you buy 100,000 weight tokens and stake it on the Coast platform, Brian's links in the video description, you can then get a 1% fee for doing your onboarding of Fiat to Pulsechain. So kind of cool there. And it's on a nice little uptrend there as well. So what would 100,000 cost you? Let's have a look here. 100, 1, 2, 3. That will cost you $101. So if you're looking at doing, say, a dollar cost averaging strategy or large numbers or whatever relative to spending $100 on weight token, and then you can buy that, stake it on the Coast site. The other thing, of course, is that if a lot of other people are doing it, as Pulsechain grows, then the price of weight might grow, and you might make actually some nice gains on weight token too, because it's one of the top utilities on Pulsechain, and of course the single Sol's Fiat on ramp direct to Pulsechain. So kind of cool there. That is the daily chart there. So nice one on weight token. You may find that someone's going to start buying this up. Just take into account, just like we happened back here, how it got pushed up. You may very well find that this suddenly just jumps up into the right. So just be aware of that. Not financial advice, of course, but this is a pretty important utility on Pulsechain as the direct Fiat on ramp. All right, it is part of the vertical integration, if you think about it, that Richard Hart was always talks about. So kind of cool on that. All right, so that is Coast team. These are some of pretty much the leaders. Those are all the ones over 10%. We've also got obviously Tetra as well. Tetra is coming up with some new launches coming up soon. That's up 10% as well. So Tetra may run away. Be careful with that because Tetra may Look, it's already starting to move higher here, and it might actually have a super move coming up here. Looks like it's winding up for that. How do we know that? Well, if we go to the Pulsechain chart here and add on our overlays, we can see that we've got the future roadmap here happening with some of the major protocols. So they're definitely coming up here. We've got Tetra coming up on the 17th. So that's getting really close. We're only 1 day away from that. This thing could break out today. Watch that over the next 24 hours. They could hyper breakout. So take care with that one. In other words, it's an opportunity potentially. Now, Tetra Dex Aggregator and the Atlas dashboard are coming out. Tetra staking pools. So let's bring up Tetra quickly, just while we're at it. Tetra.win. Tetra.win is the site. So what did we say was launching? We just said that the Dex Aggregator potentially launching. Not potentially, it is keyed in here for the 17th, and Atlas dashboard as well. So you can find that on Tetra here. Go to Atlas, and that will be the Atlas dashboard there. Atlas is a Web3 front end of Tetra. The dashboard allows users to manage their Tetra user account, deploy or publish automations and strategies. And that's really the king put there, the key takeaway. Search for and manage crypto assets and track portfolio progress there. So that's coming out. That'd be super, super cool. This team is one of the high-end innovation teams on Pulsechain. So definitely something to look at there. They're also going to have the Stratus, which I can't wait for. If you've ever played with Blender 3D software, they have these things where you can impact the visualization of your 3D modeling or whatever. And of course, you can set up special features, maybe the color, change the colors, maybe make them move and animated, all sorts of things you can do with these connectors and nodes. They've got, call it drag and drop. So you can see that they've done this animation here where they've got interacting with a smart contract. It basically means that you don't have to be a coder so much. You can use visualization tools to interact with the smart contract and make it do things for you. Maybe like set limit orders yourself. So instead of waiting for some platform like PulseX or 9inch or PortalX or something, you can just do it yourself. And if you've got enough, dedication to doing it, and you can do things like this, which is pretty cool. So this one here's got a sell asset valuation here, which is pretty cool. So it's got principal USD coin, buy an asset, right? And then stake the asset. It's got mint an asset, sell an asset, and fiat on ramp there, off ramp. So you could probably tie in Coast or something. I don't know, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, in that example, so that is pretty exciting stuff coming out. And of course, they've also got some staking Tetra pools coming up as well. So that's going to be happening on the pools. And of course, that's coming up here on the 24th. So major launches for Tetra coming up, and these are locked in. So these are not estimates here. Whereas Beetroot is coming up, that we're just moving that forward. We know it's very soon. Fetch Oracle, we know it's very soon as well. So we're just waiting for these to launch. We're just moving those at this stage. And of course, Liquid Loans and Power City coming in just after that. So we're just going to continue to move these as we go because this is kind of what we're expecting. So these are hard dates for Tetra. We've obviously got imminent dates potentially for Sugarbeet and Fetch Oracle. And then, of course, all these other protocols following in pretty quickly. And, of course, TRH V4 coming up as well at the end of November, early December is what we've got penciled in for this, followed by Pulsepot Note Token in December and 9mm Pro coming in December, January as well. And then, of course, TYZZ in the new year, which I cannot wait for. DeFi, Binance, I mean, that could be huge. I'm very excited about that concept, big time. So yeah, pretty nice. Obviously, we've got a lot more projects than this launching, but these are some of the major powerhouses coming up, and excited about it too. And then as we're in the second wave there, so kind of cool there on the Tetra. So Tetra.win, if you want to check that out. And of course, we're going to get some more pools coming up, different pools, of course, not that I don't think they're the Prism pools. They're a new pool coming up there too, which is going to lead us into the Hex Daily Stats. We're 55 minutes on the hour. Let's see who else has jumped in here. We've got a couple more comments before we do our final update of Hex mining, Hex CD mining, I call it. Let's see who's got some comments on any of these projects that I've talked about. Let's see here. Welcome to the BBC. Fake news, BBC. I wish the BBC was worth more, says Bob. Yeah, more than 16 cents. Yeah, like maybe $1. That would have been pretty good. It was good when it was worth $1 or more. I agree with you. It was pretty good. Hey, look, they got more rolling out on the 9inch, and they seem to have got control over their platform now. So I think it's probably going to more likely to start just to slowly build back in terms of its reputation and services, I guess. I'm bullish on BBC 9 inches Kev machine. Yeah, I'm still optimistic about it too myself. Andrew Reynolds in the house there. G'day everybody. Good to see Andrew. Welcome to the chat. Brendan says price low to high on collections to buy floor prices is a cool function for Mintra and rarity traits as well. Very cool, Brendan. Pumpkin out. What I might do is I might do a video covering all the NFT markets. And so we might do another video on that. That sounds like a good idea. Go through some of the features and stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool because there's a lot of features in some of them. Some of them are quite feature rich. And of course, we've got Pixel Park coming up and 9mm Pro coming up with their NFT marketplaces. So we've got 2 more to add to the list. So yeah, we might do that. Mainly sticking to PHEX staking, says Pumpkin Owl, filling out my ladder. Nice one. And PLSX in some specs. I don't shill, but I like PZen. No advice, but it's an efficient way to earn the PIF just by holding in the wallet. Yeah, that's definitely started to get back into what I call the profitable zone, whereas before it wasn't. But now, once it's getting up to where it is, definitely getting a lot better there on PZen. Let's have a quick look at PZen. Let's pull it up. Let me go to here and we'll pull up PZen. Oh, wrong one. Let's go to PZen here. PZen. Now, I think I've hidden the chat. Yeah, I have. Still on. I'll just find it here in a moment. Let me PZen. Now PZen on Pulsechain, I think we're going to look at, right? So let's bring that up. Have I got the screen? No, let's go bam. There's the screen. So let's go full screen on this. That is PZen. So PZen on the daily on Pulse is at 0012. So yeah, getting a much better position here on the old PZen on Pulsechain. 0012. Yeah, it's doing much better there. That's kind of in the profitable zone. I had the profitable zone for this in the 2 to 3 cent range. If it could hold that for quite a decent period of time, but definitely just by holding this, you get the reflections, don't you, on this one? But generally, I don't generally like reflections. But now so many of the projects now have taxes on them. Yeah, this is slightly different on this one, but it's definitely doing pretty well there. All right, who else has jumped in there? We got any more comments about that? Pumpkin House says liking Tetra. Yeah, Tetra is definitely one you guys should keep a lookout for. They're doing a lot of technological innovations that other teams aren't doing, so it does have quite different offerings. And as Pumpkin Owl says, all these automation strategies are possible on Pulsechain, while gas fees are nice and cheap. Imagine deploying any complex strategy on Ethereum. Yikes, us plebs would get killed on fees. Absolutely, good point there. Brennan says not shilling, but I'm interested in a project that has X in the name. Are you talking about Titan X there, Brennan? Yeah, I think Titan X is going to do pretty damn well as well. So keep a look out for that. We're going to actually have, if you join our Discord under the Strategy Club, which is so far a stealth launch, you get involved with that. You'll be able to hear all about all the best projects and the strategies and stuff like that that I do not talk about on the YouTube. So get in on that one. Links in the video description. We see you pop in there, and we'll be having a chat. We're going to have some fixed calendar meetings to talk about certain projects, and we're also going to have a lot of impromptu casual ones as well. So well worth in there if you want to get the most out of crypto, the most. All right, Hex.com. Let's check it out. Hex.com, of course, you can buy Hex on Ethereum or Pulsechain and then burn it for T-shares. T-shares are your miner, and then you can start mining more Hex. It's kind of a simple way of putting it. Hex.com, you can check out more details. Got lots of cool things on the site, so you can check that out. Obviously, if you get in our Discord, we have all the links to Hex and the useful links, including a couple of new ones, by the way, that you'd probably want to touch base on. I do try and update them whenever I see a new project link that is a front end for Hex. I do add those in. In fact, we've got another one to add in today, which I've saved. And so definitely a cool place to get in the Discord, get all the information. Let's jump over to the stats, though. Day 1444. Hey, we got Ethereum out. Yay! So they got Ethereum out today. Yesterday, we didn't read that out either, day 1443. So the 15th of November 2023 on Ethereum. Hex is doing pretty well there. 00749 up 7%. We'll take that. And of course, the payout per T-share 6.673 today. It was 6.693 yesterday. And the share rate jumped 35 yesterday, but it is a no change today, 30,456. But remember, the share rate is jumping big time on the 22nd because it's going to jump by 1,400 Hex per T-share, the biggest since the bigger payday jump. So just remember that. What else we got going? Average mining length there, 7.03 years. The APY rate, 38.8% for the existing T-share miners. Looking at the ownership pool, yesterday we're up 3,200. Today we're down 1,000. and we're sitting at 9,743,000 T-shares in the ownership pool. Now, remember, at the height of the T-share pool, we had 11.2 million. Now we're down to 9.7 million. So really is getting an exclusive club there for the old T-share miners. Let's get into the lock percentage of coins. 9.39% of all Hex is locked on the old Ethereum chain. 250,000 in penalties. Yesterday we had about 660,000. We got 65 million in the reward pool today. Looking pretty good. Looking at the growth numbers, up 44 liquid holders on Ethereum, and we're up down 2 miners on the Ethereum side. We've got 119,815 miners there on the old Ethereum. Looking to Pulsechain, day, what did I say it was? Day 187? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was day 187. 15th of November, we got the price up 8.9% at 1.395 cents. So almost 1.4 cents, basically. The payout is the main number there, 6.644 Hex per T-share. So the more T-shares you get, the more Hex you get, of course. The share rate there, no change at 30,433. The average mining length is shorter on Pulsechain than it is on Ethereum, 6.88 years. And of course, the APY rate there, 37.64% at the moment for existing T-share miners. Looking at the ownership pool, we are down 9,700 T-shares on the old Pulsechain. We're sitting at 9.8 million. So there's more T-shares on Pulsechain than there is on Ethereum side. Let's go to the lock percentage of coins. 9.7% of Hex is locked on Pulsechain. We had almost 500,000 in penalties. The reward pool has 65 million in it. So remember, Hex is really easy to understand. You have the ownership pool with T-shares in it. You have the reward pool with Hex in it. And of course, that reward pool is growing all the time. The T-shares is shrinking all the time, but you can get more T-shares by earlier pays better, longer pays better, and bigger pays better. And that's how you get more T-shares. You get more T-shares, you get more rewards. And remember, on 22nd of November, the share rate is, which is earlier pays better, is going up by 1,400 Hex per T-share. So we'll see whether any whales make some moves to do some big buying and staking. We'll see. And whether we get some move on in the old PHEX EHEX chart as a result of that. It's going to be interesting to see whether that is a big enough thing to do that as well. All right, let's look at the growth numbers. No change in liquid holders. Up 2 miners though on Pulsechain. 124,481 current miners on the old Pulsechain side. So that's day 187, folks, and day 1444 for Ethereum. Now we're currently moved on to day 1445 for Ethereum. For Hex, and of course Pulsechain is day 188 if I remember rightly. So that's going to play. Let me double check. Sometimes I forget while I'm doing the live stream, but pretty sure that is the case of day 188. Yes, day 188. I got it right. Yay! All right, so that is kind of cool on that one. And that's hex.com. Check it out. Links in the video description, of course, and also under useful links in our Discord because we have all the info there too. All right, what else we got to say about this? Is that all? I think so. We've got a Discord link from Lies. Yeah, if you want to join up, this is the general membership, 16 cents a day, a really great place. Of course, you get all the info, you get to chat about projects, and then, of course, you get all the projects links as well as the best community in town. We also have a crypto helpline, which is the only social Discord, I think, in the Pulsechain Hex community that does that, right? So you can get in there and people will give you answers. Pretty amazing. And, of course, we've got a stealth launch of the strategy club. If you want to talk about projects in depth. Now, we include Pulsechain projects, but we do cover projects on Ethereum and BNB and other chains. If they are worthy, we will cover them. Of course, we're all about getting those mad crypto profits, especially as we're entering the bull market phase. You want to be in the best projects. So, and have a bit of diversification too is always handy. So cool stuff there. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's live stream. We're up an hour and 5 minutes, which is pretty good time. And I'm your host, Superman, and I will see you again tomorrow for the same thing. We're going to talk about Pulsechain and maybe even the charts even higher tomorrow. We'll see. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, all that good stuff. I'll be in Discord after the live stream, so you can jump in there too. Until next time, take care, everybody. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got potential launches, right? Potential launches. Yeah, we have. We've got potential launches. Sugar Beet, Fetch Oracle, Tetra. Lots happening. Could be sooner than later. So take care, everybody. Pumpkin Al says nobody works harder than Hex Token. He's our Superman. We love him. Keep it fun. Great family here. We're all friends here as well, says Pumpkin Out. Well said. All right, let's play out some music on the way out. Since we're talking about music, let's play out our good old favorite here for Sandy Beach. Sandy Beach not in the house today, but we'll play this for Sandy. Take care. Peace out. Bye for now. Well, I drifted off again at work,
thinking about Pulsechain. And occasionally I think back to that twerk, Richard Hart bringing his game. Well, I didn't make the sacrifice 'cause I came too late, but day one I'm still making it rain. Oh, I drifted off again at work, thinking about Pulsechain. I woke up in a sweat last night, dreaming about Pulse X. Won't be long before I'm going to bed wearing a Rolex. There's so much to love about it, I can't pick my favorite. It's almost better than sex. Well, oh, I woke up in a sweat last night, dreaming about Pulse X. If you wanna be set up for life, you better stake your Hex. Might as well start with 5555, a financial suplex. Generational wealth is just a click away. It's a Nobel Prize worthy flex. If you wanna be set up for life, you better stake your Hex. A financial suplex, a Nobel Prize worthy flex. You better stake your Hex.